welcome to this channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're not, and happy Friday! Today is actually one of those very few days where I decided to take off of work. So, as you guys saw, this morning I did go to a cafe with some friends. We went, ate brunch, and then we very unsuccessfully tried to do work, studying. I tried to write and revise some things. Of course, I love talking, and so I didn't do as much as I hoped, but I did do a little bit of planning, which I'm so excited to talk about, because let me just actually rewind a little bit. And I want to say that if you guys have seen some of my previous writing videos, you know, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record when I say this, you guys know that I have such ambitious plans to finish my work in progress by the end of the year. But considering the fact that it is the first week of June, and so we're already halfway through the year and I have nothing really, I am very behind. So what I decided instead, while I was sitting there, I redid my plan, and I have a new goal now, which I am sharing with you guys because I need to be held accountable, number one. And number two, I feel like this would help motivate me if I'm documenting this and just sharing this online. But I have a new goal now, to finish the first draft of my work in progress by the end of summer or before my birthday in September, which coincidentally, my birthday is actually the end of summer and the first day of fall. I feel like I have been delaying this so much, and so I'm tired of delaying it. I want to finish my first draft. I actually put together a little writing challenge for myself, so consider this day one of me doing this writing challenge. I plan on doing this writing challenge for the entire summer, just in hopes of finishing my first draft. Right now it's currently noon. My friends and I just finished our little cafe date, and we decided to go separate ways for lunch, but we're gonna reconvene later and we're going to actually go to Barnes & Noble's. I'm hoping to do a lot more work at Barnes & Noble's, and I'm gonna tell my friends, guys, we gotta lock in. We cannot be chatting with each other because they have their own things to do as well. But okay, I'm gonna go eat lunch. We're gonna reconvene later, and I am going to keep you guys updated with my writing progress. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get a lot done. Okay, see you later. Hello. I'm currently back home for a little bit, and I thought I would talk to you guys about the writing challenge. But before I get into it, I just want to do a very shameless self-promo. If you guys do not follow me on TikTok yet, my TikTok will be linked down below along with my Instagram account. And speaking of the writing challenge and TikTok, on my TikTok, I did post this writing challenge, which I will put a screenshot right here. Now, this is the 75-day hard writing challenge. If you guys are familiar with this writing challenge, it actually mimics the 75-day hard fitness challenge. I've seen a lot of authors on TikTok and even on YouTube do something similar to this, so I also wanted to do my own version. Now, it does say 75-day hard, but I do not plan on doing this for just 75 days. I plan on doing this for the entire summer, or at least until I finish my first draft. So let me read it off to you guys. So number one, I want to write at least 500 words a day. Hopefully I could hit that. Maybe if I am lucky, if I am on my grind, maybe 1,000 words a day. Who knows? Then the second one is to read at least 15 pages of a book in my work in progress genre. So my work in progress is currently a young adult fantasy. I feel like reading books in the genre that you're currently writing in will definitely help with creativity, with inspiration, just to do a little bit of research and see what the books are like in the category that you're writing in. The current book that I'm actually reading, it is new adult, not young adult. It is Vilest Things by Chloe Gong, who, if you guys know, I love Chloe Gong. I feel like her books are so descriptive, and so I'm hoping that I'll be able to add such great imagery and great descriptions in my own book as well. Now, the third one I have on here, this is a big one for me. It is no social media or no phone distractions when I'm writing. I think I want to start doing that focus or the Pomodoro things that I see everybody do, because I'm telling you, I pick up my phone so often when I am writing, so it's such a bad habit. I need to stop. But then that also moves on to the fourth one, which is to track my progress and my word count in some type of journal daily. I would just love to track my progress so I could look back at one of these days and be like, wow, like I was really on a grind. And then the last part of this writing challenge that I put together, it's totally optional, but it is to post a book marketing video or some type of writing update daily. I feel like by doing this, not only are you holding yourself accountable, but you are also able to like put your book out there and have other people see it. Also, I realize I'm such a hand talker because I'm just moving my hand all the time, but hopefully you guys understand or get this whole writing challenge. I'm very excited to start doing it, and I hope this helps me because, again, I have such an ambitious goal. I really do want to finish this by the end of the summer, before my birthday. I need to finish this first draft. But anyways, that is the writing challenge. Feel free to also go ahead and use this writing challenge as well if this is something that you're interested in. But now I am gonna go. I think my friends and I were actually going to be meeting at Barnes & Noble's, so I will see you there. I don't know if you can tell, but it rained quite a bit on my way here to Barnes & Noble's, but I am in fact here now. I'm in the parking lot, and I thought, you know, for accountability purposes and also documenting purposes, I will let you know what I plan on doing when I go in there. My goal is to re-outline the chapters, which I know every single time I speak to the camera, I'm literally talking about how I'm going to re-outline the chapters, but I actually mean it for real this time, because what I realized like 2 nights ago was that there's this one piece in there, and I don't want to give anything away, so I'm trying to phrase this correctly, but there was just this one scene, one piece in there that I realized I was doing too prematurely. I thought that it would be better if I just pushed it back a little, but because I have to push it back, I have to change up a lot of other things as well. So that is what I'm going to focus on when I go in there, and then just basically kind of re-tinkering all 5 chapters, because I only have 5 completed chapters. Now, speaking of those 5 completed chapters, I had this thought the other day, and I don't think I'm going to do it, but I don't know, I have been thinking about it. I really want to get like a beta reader to go in and read the first 5 chapters. Now, you probably might be thinking, Catherine, that's like the first 5 chapters, why would you need a beta reader? It is because my book is so fast-paced. I've said this before, the opening chapter takes place in the middle of this big event, and so it kind of just, you know, takes off running. It starts with a bang. So because there's just so much information towards the beginning of the book, I feel like it has enough substance for a beta reader to go in and kind of have like initial thoughts, if that makes sense. But I don't know if I want to do that yet, but I was thinking about it, I will admit that. But anyway, so that is the goal. I should probably get in because my friends got there a lot earlier than the time we talked about, so they're just sitting in there. But I'll go in. My goal is to re-outline the chapters and then just continue working, finishing chapter 5, or tinkering again chapter 5, and then starting chapter 6. Now, chapter 6 is going to be the big event, and I'm actually kind of excited for that scene. So anyways, we're gonna go in now, and I will keep you guys updated as always. Sitting at the corner of Barnes & Noble's, and my friends left about, I think, 2 hours ago, but since they left, I've been very, very productive. So this is maybe my sign to go to Barnes & Noble's alone and not with friends, but I've written over 1,200 words, which I consider a success. Most of my time has been actually going back to the outlines, as I mentioned. So this 1,200 words, this was actually me revising chapters 1 through 5 and then adding to chapter 6. But now it is dinner time, so I'm going to go drive home. Hopefully I'll be able to write a little bit later, and then actually tonight I plan on hanging out with other friends. There is this fly that keeps bothering me. What am I trying to say? Later tonight I actually have plans with some other friends, which I don't know why I'm so booked and busy today, but after that I hope to get more writing done, or at least be able to wrap this up. Well, as you can tell, I am currently in the peace and safety of my own car, so I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my story. For those of you who are new here or don't know about my story, it is a young adult fantasy that is dual POV. It follows Killian and Melina, 2 aristocrats / knights and members of the Order of Souls, and it follows their journey as they compete in a trial that will determine the next counselor member, while also trying to investigate the corruption that is happening in their nation. So you get a little bit of competition, you get a little bit of corruption, espionage, like best of both worlds. This is an idea that I've had since high school, but I never really acted upon it until recently, and I'm just really excited to bring this story to life and have other people hopefully read this as well. I'm looking at myself in the camera right now, and my face is getting increasingly redder, but I am really excited for this journey, and I'm so happy that I have this camera and this YouTube channel to document it, because I don't know about you guys, but I do like to go back from time to time and just look at my progress. All right, next stop is dinner. It is me again because, well, who else would it be? But I'm currently sitting outside a bakery. My parents asked me to go pick up something for them on the way home, so I'm currently waiting on their order, and I thought I would share with you a story that I totally forgot to share earlier, and maybe you guys may think this is funny, or maybe you could even relate to this, who knows. But a little fun fact about me is that no one actually knows that I write, and no one actually knows that I have this YouTube channel either. Like, the people in my personal life, my friends, even my family, they only know that I read, and that is probably the extent of it. Like, they do not know that I write, they do not know that I have this YouTube channel, so I really am kind of living this double life here. And now you're probably wondering, like, Catherine, didn't you just go to Barnes & Noble's and write with your friends there? And the answer is yes, but they actually do not know that I was writing. So they were literally sitting there, they were working, they were studying, and sometimes they would turn around, look at me, and ask, Catherine, what are you doing? And I would sit there and just lie through my teeth. I'd be like, oh, I'm just doing my resume, or I'd be like, oh, I'm coding, or I'm like looking something up. Like, I would be spewing the most random lies and activities, and they would honestly believe it too. So I kind of feel guilty for lying, but I feel like this is a very harmless lie. You're probably like like, why are you keeping this such a big secret? And the only reason why is because writing is such a big passion of mine. I've been writing since I was in middle school, so it's been a very long time, and I don't know why. I just want to keep this to myself, and obviously I am documenting this journey as well, but I don't plan on telling any of like my friends and my family until I probably have like a physical book. So I'm just gonna keep this to myself for now, but I just thought it was so funny because I was literally sitting there lying through my teeth, which I feel really, really guilty about. I think at one point my friend even turned around and looked at my screen, and I think I was looking up something about being exiled and being banished, which I guess this is a little spoiler or foreshadowing, I don't know, but I was looking up how, like, exile, banishment, and she looked over and she was like, why are you looking that up? And I was just like, I don't know, I was just reading about something, and I was just sitting there. I was like kind of sweating. I was like, oh my gosh, what lie can I say now? But anyways, I think it's raining right now, so I'm gonna go check on my parents' order, but I just thought that was so funny. Maybe people can relate to that. Maybe you guys also think this is funny. I don't know, but I think this is funny. One day they will know, but today is not that day. It is the next day, and I apologize for the camera quality. I'm actually recording on my phone at the moment. I also apologize for the horrendous camera angle, but I thought we would sit here. I'm currently eating kava, and we could just chit chat. As you guys saw last night, I did in fact do a little bit of writing before bed, and I know originally the whole point of this video was to just show you my little writing routine and a little writing vlog on my day off of work, but then I decided to extend it into the weekend because I was thinking, well, I'm also off during the weekend as well, and I do plan on writing this weekend. So hello, it is Saturday, and we are gonna do also a weekend vlog as well. Now I'm currently not at home. I am actually at my aunt's house, but I do plan on writing a little bit later. But let me tell you guys about what I ended up doing yesterday. Now I'm actually drawing a blank. I don't remember if I said this already or if I just imagined that I said it, but there was this one character that I felt like I was introducing prematurely. So I decided to swap him out with a different character, which the story still makes sense even when I swap them out. But the first chapter, it's from Melina's point of view, and I just felt like she was meeting this character too prematurely. So swapped her with another character, think it still works. Now the first chapter is from Melina's point of view, the second chapter is from Killian's point of view. And what I like about writing dual POV is that Melina, she loves the city, she loves frolicking about the streets, but you can actually get a glimpse of just like social aspect of the city. You kind of get to know like the citizens a little bit, like hear their gossip, because Melina, she's a lot quieter, a lot softer. She loves to like blend in any way that she possibly could. So you get to see those aspects, whereas when you hop into Killian's point of view, I feel like you see a lot more like political, legal. He loves hanging out with the council. They're like besties. And so you get to see that side of, I guess, the world a lot more. The first couple of chapters in my book, they start out in the capital. So Melina is actually welcoming people from the provinces, and that includes citizens, other houses, governors. They're all flooding to the capital because it's actually her younger brother's birthday. And so I feel like by really creating this big event at the beginning, I could integrate the world building. And again, this goes back to what I was saying about how my story starts off with a bang, because her younger brother's birthday is at the very, very beginning of the story. And the birthdays in this story, it's considered like a big deal. So because it's such a big deal, there's a lot happening. And so I'm really excited. Also, I love Melina's younger brother. His name is Zane. He's turning 16. Love him so much. And I don't know what it is. He's just so adorable. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna go finish my kava. I realized I didn't even touch it while talking to you guys. So I'm gonna eat it, and then hopefully I will chat with you guys later. Truthfully, today has been such a lazy day for me. I just woke up from my second nap after visiting my relatives, and let me tell you though what happened after I got home, took a nap, but I had such a great dream, and it wasn't related to my work in progress, but I stole elements from my dream and put it in my work in progress. But I ended up writing 301 words, and it involved a scene that happens later on in the book. So right now it's not really in chronological order, but I'll be able to use that scene when I get to that scene. So I'm gonna count that though as my or towards my word count goal of the day. So now I only have 199 words left, but afterwards I just went back to sleep, and now I just woke up again. So I'm gonna go and try to write, hopefully in chronological order this time, and I'll head back to chapter 6. So I'm excited for that, but I just had to give that update. It's a really like humid, rainy day here right now, so that's probably why I'm tired, because okay, wait, here's the thing. When it rains, I love writing, but also when it rains, I love napping. So it's hard because I can obviously only choose one or the other. It is currently Sunday evening. I didn't really record much yesterday because I didn't do much yesterday. All I really did was read a couple chapters of Violet's Things by Chloe Gong, and then I did meet my 500 count word goal, which was great, but I don't even consider chapter 6 finished. I'm gonna say it's finished like in quotation marks because I have a nice little wrap up at the end of chapter 6, but I don't really like some of the writing in there. For example, I feel like some lines, I'm looking at it right now, some lines, it's just a simple, he walked here, she walked here. But just me personally, I'm the type of writer to add in a lot more descriptions. I'm the type to write something like, they strolled down the alley watching the citizens flood out of the pub. Something like that. Please do not judge my writing just based off this line. I just randomly thought of it. But I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's some lines in here that are just too simple for me or too direct for me, and I would just like to add in a little bit more description. I'm gonna go in, add on a little bit more description, and then I'm gonna move on to chapter 7, which is from Killian's point of view, and I'm excited for that. One more thing that I totally forgot to mention, and I don't think I mentioned it before, but this book is written in third-person POV. Now, some people may not like third-person POV. I personally love third-person POV, but there's also a very specific reason why I wrote it in third person. Obviously, other than the fact that I love writing in third person. Basically, at the beginning of the book, there is this page or passage. Actually, before I even say that, I want to preface this by saying that I had this idea long before some of the popular books on BookTok or BookTube, or the ones that are trending at the moment. I just want to preface that before I get accused of copying or anything like that, because again, I did think of this book back when I was in high school, so just putting it out there. But there is this one page or passage at the beginning of the story that essentially says that the following journey has been pieced together through whispered stories, fractured memories, written diaries, stuff like that, and is being told from, how would I say it without spoiling? It is being told through this entertainer, and this person is telling Melina and Killian's point of view and their stories. That is why it is written in third person POV. And the first book that I can think of that has something similar to this that maybe some people may recognize is Fourth Wing, because I believe at the beginning of Fourth Wing there is this one excerpt or passage that says something along the lines of like, the following story you're about to read has been transcribed by a character, and it's basically Violet's journey through her journals and like other stories. I just wanted to put that out there. If you guys know of Fourth Wing, then you guys may also kind of see some similarities when it comes to this, or at least in that part. But I also, again, want to preface that I did think of this way back when. Now it's getting hot in my room though, so I'm gonna go continue writing, and I will see you later. Before I even say that, I want to preface this by saying that p.m. and I currently have 452 words. Now, I only have like 48 words left until I reach the 500 word count goal, but I am very, very tired and I have to wake up early for work tomorrow, so I am just gonna leave it be. I'm just gonna tag on to the next day and I'll just complete it the next day, but for now, I'll keep the 452 words because, I don't know, I like what I did. I ended up going back to chapter 6 to brush up a little. Chapter 6, make it a little nicer. Then I actually also went back to chapter 1 to make sure that it was all good, because again, I cannot move on for some reason if my chapters are not good. So I like constantly go back and edit, which is so bad. It's a very, very bad habit of mine. I want to be one of those people who's able to get everything on a page and just have like one big draft to zero, but unfortunately I'm not like that, but I want to be. But anyways, with it being so late and it being the end of Sunday, I would close out the video here. Thank you guys so much for following me along on my days off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I actually really enjoyed making this one, and I'm also really glad that I'm able to share a lot more now because I've gotten a lot more comfortable with YouTube and just sharing my work in progress. So thank you guys for making it so welcoming for me, because I genuinely have received so many compliments and so much support. So I just wanted to say thank you. All of my socials will be linked down below, and as you guys saw in my little writing challenge, I do plan on posting a lot more on TikTok and on Instagram, so feel free to check me out there. But okay, I will let you guys go so that I can also go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Oh, someone just texted me. Okay, goodbye.